Hey, Scorpio, what's going on? Oh, let me see if this will make it better. There we go. Is that better? Oh, why is that light doing that? Is that better? Let's see. There we go. Guess the light was a little too bright. I saw in this twice, birth or news of a business opportunity or marriage. And then this card popped out twice, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. I was getting a really fun, lighthearted feeling about this reading. And I like the energy so much, Scorpio. I really do. It's feeling really good. Okay. You've been on a journey, Scorps. This has been mental, has been physical, this has been emotional, but it's finally starting to fall into place. It's finally starting, it's like things that weren't making sense before, all of a sudden they're starting to feel like they click, like they're making more sense. Like, I can't put my finger on it, but it's a feeling of like, you're shifting and you're not really sure how you're shifting. You know what I mean? It feels like you just woke up one day and things started making sense and you're realizing it's your spiritual evolution that's at play. You're realizing that, but it's almost weird if you really try to think back and look back. You can't pinpoint when it actually happened. And that's because it has been happening over a time period, a long time period. It has been a progressive, it's been a progression in your growth, and it's happening. There's been a lot that's actually shifted for you physically that you're not really recognizing at this time because it's taken so long. So out of sight, out of mind. And it feels like you're going to have a week of nostalgia where things are going to happen that trigger an old memory in you. But instead of looking at it like, oh God, like 222 was just on the clock, like your heart chakra and your solar plexus going off, you're going to look at it and you're going to be able to kind of chuckle and laugh it off like, I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh. It's those types of things. And that's how they want you to, when that happens this week, and you find yourself not wanting to beat yourself up anymore, because there's a difference, and there's a fine line in this difference. A difference between not looking at something and the difference in it showing up, it's showing up and it not affecting you. And that's where they want you to start deciphering situations, because they want you to recognize your growth, and they're going to help you with that this week. So if you find yourself in a place where things from the past are popping up, you're going to be approaching it. Your knee-jerk reaction is going to be vastly different than what it used to be in the past. 325 was just on the clock. That is my dead brother's date of death. Thank you, Joshua, for showing up. I love him. So what they're saying is you're going to react differently than you did in the past. And when you react differently, your spirit team is going to remind you of this. And you're going to have like, oh man, I used to react this way when this happened. And you're going to feel lighthearted. So these are coming back up this week just for you to recognize how much you've grown. Not for you to have to work through something. Not for you to have to dissect something like, oh, it's coming back up. Maybe there's something there to look at. No. It's coming back up because it's time for you to recognize the growth that you have attained. And the only way for them to help you recognize it is to bring back some experiences like that, but they're not going to be painful in nature. And that's what they want you. It's like they can hear you guys right now going, oh God, no, fuck this shit. Like, not again. I've had enough. They don't want you to do that. This week, you're going to find that you are able to see things and kind of laugh it off. And almost to a point where I was like, oh God, that happened to me years ago and I totally forgot. Those types of things. You're going to be able to laugh it off, and you're going to realize your growth, and it's going to build your confidence. It's going to make you feel like $1,000,000. It's going to make you feel like you can conquer the world. It's going to make you feel like there's nothing in your way. You know, it's going to make you, there's something about this week, the energy and the way the events are playing for you. I just heard it's going to be a powerful resurrection. One that deserves to go in the history books. One that, okay. This is going to be a week that deserves high, high accolades. I look, man, this is great energy. They want this pile now. I like this energy, Scorpio. I really do. It's feeling very frisky and like ready, like just ready to go after it. This is not something where you're shying away from anything. You are just facing things head on this week. And what you're facing, it doesn't even, it's like things that really would have taken you out in the past, like just totally bounce off of you this week. And that's what makes you feel powerful and recognize how much you've grown. Because I mean, it's stuff that really used to get to you. And this week, it just doesn't. It just doesn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is what I mean. This week, you're going to be given the opportunity to control your anger. It's like that is going to be a powerful moment for you, Scorpio. To have a situation that normally would have you so angry that you explode and just have that stinger come out and sting somebody right in the freaking eyeball. Like, could you imagine a Scorpio stinger stinging you in the eyeball or the ear or the nose or the mouth or, you know, any sensitive place? Because that's what I feel like you in the past, you've hit a lot of sensitive places in people and you don't realize the effects that it had. And that's okay. You know, other people do it too. I'm not saying anything to blame you. I'm just giving you what I'm channeling here. But this week you're going to be in a place where something that used to really set you off does not set you off. And it's in that moment, instead of walking away kind of frustrated with what happened in that situation or with that person, you walk away proud of yourself like, damn, I actually like that shit used to get under my skin so bad and it didn't get under my skin at all. Like what? It's going to make you laugh. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. That my there, look, it's going to make you laugh. This is good. Scorpio, you deserve to know how much you've grown. You deserve to experience that in full life technicolor. I am not taking all these. Just the top. Okay. If you frequently give yourself permission to doodle, wander, and be totally unproductive, and you actually relish such interludes, I can guarantee that your genius, creativity, and productivity will increase exponentially. It is when you are in the midst of doing something creative that your mind just releases all of the banter and expectations and problems. And it's like all of that goes away and everything is put into a project or a canvas or a paper, cloth material. I'm seeing somebody doing something with wires, like I don't know, like sculptures with wire. I don't know, something delicate actually. It's small wires. I don't know what you would be doing, but it's something to do with your hands that unlocks so much abundance. And it's something that most people steer away from because it's something to them that seems kind of childish or, unproductive or just something to pass the time because you're bored. But what they're saying is those are actually the things that put you in the energy that help you manifest the powerful things that you've been wanting all along because it takes away the problems. And something that they're giving me right now, Scorpio, they gave this to me in meditation and they want me to point this out for you specifically this week. Okay, so when your when your right hand itches, typically that means you're giving money or you're going to spend a lot of money or you're losing money. And, and it really has to itch a lot. It's not like just like it really has to itch a lot. And that is typically what that means. The left hand, when it itches a lot, like You're sitting there, scratch, scratch, scratch. When that itches a lot, that is you receiving money, getting money, okay? Now, I was doing this and it was working for such a long time. But then when it would start to scratch and wasn't working, I'm like, what is going on? Like this scratch and then this scratch. So money's coming in, money's going out. I was doing that. But this morning they said, we're trying to show you in an easy, tangible way how to know whether your thoughts are manifesting what you want or the lack of what you want. So what you're going to do is if you find your right palm itching, and it doesn't have to be a ton, just, a slight itch in your right palm, what are you thinking about? Because whatever you're thinking about in that moment, when you're scratching that right palm, that is actually blocking the blessing. Thank you for the confirmation. That was poignant. Did you see that? And it says lensa. So looking through the lens of source, this is what they're doing. They're giving you this example. Your right palm itches and you scratch it. Think about what it is you're thinking about, because that very thing that you're thinking about is actually blocking your abundance. When your left palm itches this week, scratch it. What are you thinking about? Even if you have to write on your palm, what are you thinking about? Right here, do it. What are you thinking about? Because whatever it is that pops in your mind, they want you to start picking up on the downloads that you're getting that you're not. It's like it pops in your head and it leaves quickly, but it's a download and you're not receptive to seeing that right now. So what they want you to do, what are you thinking about? Whatever that is that you're thinking about when you look at this palm, do it. Thank you for the confirmation. There we go. Like they want you to do it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Because that is going to help you recognize the patterns of thought that are getting in the way and the patterns of thought that are that would help you bring in blessings that you want or to help you feel better in the moment. All right, they're going to show you through that little technique. Okay, they also want to point out that this is a good week to enhance your creative spark, enhance the things that you're doing that makes you feel good. Because the things that you think are meaningless, menial, insignificant are the actual things, the nuts and bolts that would bring everything in that you want. And that's why they're going to show you that with this, little tactic this week. You're going under some changes right now for your highest good, and that's so obvious, right? Everything that I've been explaining to you is for your highest goods. It's going to help you leave the past where it belongs. And that's why the past is coming back up this week. And it's just so you can see something and laugh it off. It's almost like when it happens, you recognize that somebody's trying to get under your skin. But this time you see like what they did, that where before they did it so many times. Yes. Before this, somebody did something so many times and it would get under your skin every time and they loved that. But this time they're doing it and you're not giving them an inch because you recognize it's them. You recognize why they're doing. You recognize the pattern. You don't allow it to bother you with the way that you used to. And that really gets under somebody else's skin. Like bad. Like really bad. And I feel like that's this week is like you're being shown that you can control your anger. You're being shown that. Which I don't feel like was something. No, justice coming in for you. Things are being balanced this week. Shift in power is happening this week. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. A shift in these feelings that you were having. Thank you. I knew it. I felt the 6 of Wands. These shifts that you were having. So here you are in the center of this, right? Things that made you feel downtrodden, here with the 5 of Cups. Things that made you feel defeated. Things that made you just feel like the world was going to end. But look how abundant that card looks. Look at the armor that he's wearing. Like, this is how you have been energetically. Although it has been a feeling, the feelings have been painful. You have always wore this armor. And you haven't recognized that armor because the feeling didn't make you feel strong. It made you feel weak. What they're saying is It was you being able to feel that weakness that made you strong, that made you bring in balance, that's bringing in this success this week. So you're going from somebody who's always been strong, who's always been protected with the armor, who's always been courageous, who's always been full of vitality, who's always been like covered in gold. They want you to know this week, it's not your armor that's going to show. It's not the downtrodden look on your face that's going to show this week. This week, that armor is going away. And this beautiful, silky looking dress is going to replace it this week. Okay? And the things that used to bother you, the things that used to really get you down and take you to your knees, they are not doing that this week. You are going to be blinded from that. And the reason is your energy is raising to the point that you are not able to visibly see what you saw in this lower vibration. You have healed this. This was never about you not being good enough, you deserving to feel like this. This was about you clearing out old patterns and paradigms that needed to be released. And you're going to find this week that you're going to have some type of praise coming your way. Some type of, I just heard understanding. And this is what it is. They're giving it to me. So there's a situation this week where somebody else is feeling out of sorts. And when this person felt out of sorts in the past, when they come to you and they would goad you and press your buttons, it made them feel better. They are going through something this week. So this really has nothing to do with you. And I think that's what you realize, and that's why you don't allow it to affect you the way that you used to. So something happens where this other person gets really upset and they have misdirected anger and they try to take it out on you. You don't allow it in because Source, you've healed. All right, you have healed, you've changed, you've shifted your mind. You've always been in gold, and they want me to point that out. Somehow that's really significant for you to understand. And gold is about vitality, it's about strength, success, wealth, courage, confidence. You've always had it. It just didn't look like it. And this week, when someone else is really upset, this is the energy you're going to be in. It's not going to affect you the way that it used to. You are going to have victory over this. And what they're saying is this person, it's not that they want to do this to deliberately hurt you. They are doing this and they're going to recognize their pattern, and you are the reason that they are recognizing the pattern. Because you are going to be able to look at them like, why are you speaking to me like this? Why are you so angry about A, B, and C? This is the first I'm hearing about it. It really seems like you've been thinking about this for, a few days, and you've been processing this, and this is the first I'm hearing about it. If you want to talk about it, that's great, but you're going to have to give me some time to process this, because I'm just learned about this 30 seconds ago. And just you diffusing the situation with that calm conversation, looking them in the eye, actually, you're going to see their shoulders. There's 2 confirmations here. Yeah, you're going to see their shoulders kind of just slump like, oh, damn, I didn't even realize what I did. It's like they're going to realize that they had misdirected anger. And you're finally going to see it and not be reactive. So it's like a win-win situation happens this week. But the other person they realize their pattern, and they're going to start beating themselves up for it, where you're going to feel good about not being there anymore. So it's like you two are in different places, but you were meant to go through this experience, and they were too, for different reasons. So both of you are helping each other out. So this is going to be a good, interesting week for you, Scorpio. I love you very much. I'll see you in the next one.